Okay, so here we go. We're officially recording this session. If you don't want to be recorded, then do what Edwin's doing and just show your name there. All right.
Whoa.
This list of 12 things, if you take a look at the list, there is 1 through 12 on the side, and I've circled the ones that you actually need a load for. Okay, so a shoulder press, a bent over row, a kettlebell swing, a single arm overhead walking lunge, and a wall ball shot. We're gonna basically warm up by doing each one of those things. Are you ready? Thumbs up if you're ready.
Oh no, let me get some things.
Okay. You can go get some things one at a time as we warm up. So let's go ahead and do this. We just find a box. I see Dusty and Cecily have the gymnastics mat. Oh, my weekly report for our screen time was up by 48%. I've spent 7 hours daily on 7 hours and 12 minutes. It's good to know that that's up 48%. It must mean that I'm up 3 hours and 38 minutes. All right, so let's go ahead and get some box step ups. Right? If you don't have a box, I just want you to do some standing broad jumps. Yeah. Now, if there's 2 people in your group, like Dusty and Cecily or Sandra and Tid, you don't have to do everything in exact order. Take a look at Maria. She's on her steps outside of her park. Wow, those are full-on steps, Maria. I didn't realize that. That's like 15 steps.
It's a good idea.
It's a good idea, huh, Thibaut? So Sandra's over there on the steps. Okay, let's go ahead and just get in 5 more step-ups. And then we're going to go to the very bottom of the list and get in go ahead and get in 20 double tap penguin jumps. 20 double tap penguin jumps. Now let's go ahead and lie down and get some sit-ups. Right, today we're back to the strict sit-ups. So I'm going to use this blanket folded up for my ab mat to get in my sit-ups. Okay, to get ready for the burpee, let's go ahead and do a set of inchworms. This will also help us set up our push-up. So basically, 5 or 6 repetitions of downward facing dog into a push-up. Notice there's 50 push-ups on the list as well. All right, 2 more inchworms. And then we'll go ahead and take a, let's see. Go ahead and find your your medicine ball or something that you can squat with. Right, maybe something light just to start off with, and go ahead and get in 10 squats. Oh, there's Edwin. Hey, Edwin, how's it going? All right, after your set of 10 squats, I want you to realize that for your wall ball shot, you can take, if you don't have a medicine ball, you can take, for example, this 25 kilogram kettlebell, and you can basically do a thruster. So go ahead and get in either a set of kettlebell thrusters or dumbbell thrusters, or a set of wall ball shots. Right? And for today's wall ball shots, we're going to go just to 7 feet, because I know that if you shoot it up to 7 feet and you're at an 8-foot ceiling or an 8.5-foot ceiling, you might be running into the roof every single rep. We don't necessarily want that to happen. All right. Burpees is on the list, and you notice it's way down there at the bottom because they're horrible. And at the end of the workout, it makes them even more horrible. So let's go ahead and get in 5 burpees. You can jump up. I'm sorry, you can, jump from plank to here, or you can step up. But these are somewhat redundant, of course, because just 2 movements prior, we have push-ups. And the push-ups today, they don't count for your bingo game, right? There's a bingo square that says accrue a total of 100 push-ups throughout the day. Push-ups within the WOD do not count towards your total. So if you're going to get your 100 push-ups today, you can't count these 50 reps. All right, so we've gone over strict sit-ups, push-ups, burpees, wall ball shots. If you have a jump rope, you can do your double unders, right? But if not, let's go ahead and get in another 10 double penguin jumps. And lie down on your belly next for a set of Supermans. Now, the thing about these, I always talk about, is that you need to be in control. Hands and feet off the ground about 8 inches at the same time. It's not this out of control floppiness. Right? So the Supermans are not as fast as you can go. They're under control. Right? And while you're on your belly, let's go ahead and get in a set of mountain climbers. So let's go for the slow motion version right now. Just a single step. For those of you that don't quite have the mobility to bring the heel all the way up to the outside of the hand, you can use a bench. Right? And now today, the way that we're going to do the mountain climbers is that you can alternate, you can switch feet immediately. So it's, if the left foot's forward, right foot's back, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and get in a set of 6. What's it called? 6 mountain climbers. So notice that in a filthy 50 or in a workout like this that's high volume, it says 50 repetitions up there. So keep in mind that each one of these things, I don't want anything to take you longer than 3 minutes. Sort of the longer duration ones, like the burpees, are going to take a while, probably more like 4 minutes. So I want you to think in terms of how long each one of these might take you. And it's not only acceptable, but it's preferred that you scale the number of repetitions based on finishing this workout in less than a half an hour. So at some point, I may say to you, hey, Jordan, you're falling behind. From now on, do just 40 repetitions. Or Maria, you're ahead of everyone. You have to do 57 repetitions. No? Yes, you have to do 57 reps. And of course, we're getting to the workout portion of this in just a couple of minutes after we review just the final 3 or 4 movements. But keep in mind, be here as long as you can, right? The idea behind this is to get some exercise, get some activity. But strangely enough, my schedule today goes all the way to like 5:30. So there's a lot of stuff on the schedule. So do what you can, be a part of it for as long as you can, and work hard. So what do we have to do? We've got single arm shoulder press. Please grab a dumbbell and get in a couple of presses on one side. Now, specifically today, I chose a strict press rather than a push press because we've gotten a lot of push presses in. And so you might get in, 4 or 5 repetitions on one side before changing arms. Right, lock out that elbow strong. Try and focus every repetition on keeping that dumbbell right over the middle of the body. The belly tight, the glutes are squeezed. Right, so that's your strict single arm press. Half of them have to be on the right, half of them have to be on the left, but you switch as desired. Single arm bent over rows. We're going to take that rigid neutral position. Torso is almost horizontal to the ground, and you're pulling the elbow up into the outside. So this is a single arm pull. Again, just like the other single arm activity of pressing, it's do as many on one side as you want to do, and then as many on the other side. Great, get in a couple of step lunges or walking lunges. You can move around the house. I probably will stay here in this spot because it's a pretty hard floor. And then now take a lighter object. I have a 25-pound dumbbell here. I'm going to drive that up overhead. And I'm going to get a couple of steps on the right arm. And a couple of steps on the left arm. Now, personally, I'm going to use a 25 for the overhead single arm walking lunge because a 40 just feels a little bit heavy. Maybe I'll get through half of them and decide, okay, I'm ready for the 40. But for me right now, the 25-pound overhead walking lunge works. Let's move down to kettlebell swings. Today, since the heaviest kettlebell I have is a 25, I'll swing that for a couple of warm-ups, some Russians, and then some overheads. And I'm continue to go back and forth in my mind right now of whether or not I want to use the 25 as an American swing or the 40-pound dumbbell as a Russian swing. And after doing a couple of reps, I kind of like the feel of the heavier dumbbell as a Russian swing. So that's what I'm going to do. And then finally, let's go ahead and move back to the wall ball shots. Go ahead and get in a couple of wall ball shots. I think Tib and Sandra, maybe you can throw to the beam that's above your head. Or Sandra, maybe you can go to your right and throw against the round pillar. Edwin, do you have a medicine ball? I got you unmuted, or maybe not.
There we go. Yeah, I have a medicine ball.
Okay, cool. So you can throw to just a little bit above your head, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good. So, yeah, that's perfect, Edwin. Just a little bit of air space. Also speaking to Edwin, because I know that he has a rower, if there's something that you need to, like if there's a movement that doesn't work for you for whatever reason, you can throw in a 50-calorie row instead of that. So just think of that. If you need to modify one of the movements, if one of them doesn't work for you, then just move over to a 50-calorie row. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Just raise your hand and I'll unmute you. All right. No questions. We're ready to go. We've got here's what I'm going to do for this entire thing. So because there's about 12 people or so, 8 people, how many? Like 10 people or so watching today. I have a feeling that we might have some people watching by way of the recording of this. So what I'm going to do for each motion is I'm going to get in 25 repetitions, and then I'm going to come back to the screen and watch you guys do things. So if you wonder, why am I sitting down talking? It's because I'm doing the terrible 25 and not the filthy 50. Okay, questions? I have the list right here over my right shoulder, and I have the timer here over my left shoulder, which I'm going to bring a little bit closer so that you can see it at any point in time if you're wondering what your time is. Of course, you can start your own timer as well. And again, go for top of the list all the way to the bottom if that works for your setup. All right. Here we go. We're going to start in 20 seconds. So go ahead and find your box. Again, if you only have one box, Sandra and Tib, maybe one of you can run the stairs and then switch about halfway through. All right. Here we go. Sunday's workout begins in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to do box step-ups. Sorry, box jumps. Notice how I'm standing up, tall. Also notice how I'm just decided to reverse which foot I drop down with. All right, nice. Jenny's jumping onto the coffee table. Jordan's doing the box jump, or sorry, the broad jump version. Looks like that's what Edwin's doing as well. Dusty and Cecily are doing a 20 or 25 rep version, or maybe it's 30. I'm not sure. It's okay. They're moving on to the single arms. Yeah, Tib's over there in the background on the stairs looking out at Point Doom. And Sandra's doing the tap change box step-ups. All right, Edwin's onto the single arm presses. So is Maria. Julian's got his presses going as well. Keep in mind that today, Maria and I will be at the hut from 11 to 1 p.m. doing an equipment exchange. If you want a barbell and a set of bumper plates, or you want to bring back something that you haven't been using and trade it in for something that you will use, or just to get a little variation on what you're doing, come in and exchange your equipment today. All right, everyone's on the presses. So for the presses, belly tight, squeeze the stomach, squeeze the glutes so that you have this solid midline. We're bracing the core and moving out to an extension of the extremity, right? The upper body press. Get a couple on one side, then a couple on the other. So seriously, what do you guys think of this shirt? I like the hut. It's really in dark blue, but it looks purple against the aquamarine or the teal of this. And the irony of the fact that we've got everyone's name from the hut written on somewhere within the strong. Reminds me of the Woolsey fire. And we are in a completely different, although oddly similar situation right now. All right, we're moving on to the Supermans. Good control, Joe. Just set a tempo. Dr. Joe and Jenny are like perfectly paired. Oh, and Maria is now in sync with them both. Great. All right. Yeah, that Superman should just be paced evenly. Tension in the belly as you extend, and then exhale as everything hits the ground. Inhale, exhale. Nice view out there, Tib. Tib's got, his street has this own little trail that you can walk out about a quarter mile and sit in these little chairs and overlook, what ocean is that? Pacific, right? All right, bent over row, belly's nice and strong. You can either rest your hand on a bench or your knee. And the focus is belly tight. So from the front, there's very little, if any, twisting of the torso. Braced midline. And the back is in rigid neutral position. Switch arms as needed. Pull a little higher, Tib. There you go. And Jenny, flatten your torso a little bit. Just hinge forward at the hip a little bit more. There you go. Okay, Jordan's on to his overhead walking lunges. He's doing a step lunge version. Same with Julian. Yeah, good idea, Dusty, with those hinges, right? A good morning with the press behind the neck. Yep, just static movement right now, Dusty. You don't have to do anything dynamic. All right, Jenny's onto the step lunges. Take care of that trailing knee. Don't let yourself bottom out. Although Jordan has those cushy horse stall mats in the backyard. That's like luxury. And I love watching Edwin because I'm getting the middle finger from Johnny Cash this entire time. Nice. I was singing Folsom Prison Blues this morning. I don't know why. We are into dumbbell overhead walking lunges. And Jordan is now on mountain climbers, taking them quickly, right? Bringing that heel all the way up to the outside hand and the back leg is fully extended. All right, Jenny's working her way through those overhead walking lunges. All right, Joe's on the overhead walking lunge as well. So just like the strict press overhead, that belly needs to be strong and tight. You can have the opposite arm out to the side or on your belly to remind yourself to keep your stomach on. You can switch overhead or you can bring the dumbbell down and then drive up overhead for that movement. Work on keeping the elbow locked for the overhead position. That dumbbell should stay locked out right over the middle of the body. This asymmetrical activity is an anti-rotation drill. The focus is trying to keep your torso in line, straight forward with no rotation. And the fact that it's a single arm overhead is your body's gonna wanna rotate to try and find mobility in your overhead position. But it's the torso's job to keep itself braced and face straight forward. All right, try and straighten out that back leg a little, Jenny. There you go, right there, that little extra extension in your back leg. All right, Joe, way to go. One step at a time. Jordan and Julian moving on to the kettlebell swings. Maria is swinging. Cecily's on her strict sit-ups. Jordan's moving into the push-ups. All right, we're getting into the meat of this workout now. Right, the standard Filthy 50 has things like knees to elbows, which take a long time. A 24-inch box jump is the first movement, which takes almost 3.5 to 4 minutes. So this one's moving along quite a bit faster. Although you guys are in the heat of it, maybe it doesn't feel like it. All right, so remember you can modify your push-up so that you can get in sets of 6 to 8 in a row. The push-up is the one movement where you're gonna hit a little bit of a wall for most people. Right, so the t-shirts, they go on sale later today, right? You can encourage your friends and family to go on Instagram and put in their order, and we will ship those suckers out to anywhere in the United States, including Indiana. Right, the pink tanks are gonna go well in Indiana. We've got some size larges, Dusty, that would fit probably you and your friends. All right, moving into the next set. Jordan's deep into push-ups. Julian's there as well. Got a bunch of people in the kettlebell swings. And I assume Edwin's doing push-ups because he disappeared down below. There you go, right? All right. Push-ups. Keep that belly braced. And as much as you can, just let the chest touch the ground. So it's hands and feet, maybe chest and chin. Downward dog is a good rest position, and so is just getting on your knees and shaking out the arms. So notice I'm not letting the belly or the pelvis touch the ground. Moving as one entire plank. The more controlled your push-up is, the more midline, the more bracing you're using. And you don't lose energy as your torso collapses, flexes, moves into extension. All right, Tibbs into the kettlebell swings. All right, Edwin's on the swings, Dr. Joe. Jordan and Julian are pushing through the strict sit-ups, trying to move through them strict, right? Keep those elbows, keep the elbows pulled down into the rib cage. Keep the feet on the ground and the butt on the ground. That's a full range of motion, strict sit-up. Take out the kip. Typically, we do use a kipping sit-up because it allows us to do the same amount of work in less time, which is an increased power output. All right, on those push-ups, chest all the way down to the deck. Belly tight. Don't let yourself move into extension of the spine, right? If you're on the knees, chest down, don't let yourself push into cobra. Keep the glutes squeezed, the belly tight, and so you're just moving like a tabletop from the knees all the way up to the shoulders. Dusty, are you guys set? All right, well done. We'll see you later this afternoon with the 4 p.m. yoga class, right? Sounds good. And perhaps people will stick around to chat and hang out for our virtual social. There might be a Firestone 805 involved or something like that. Okay, Cecily and Dusty are posting their times. Great. They did 25 repetitions. With some modifications here and there, which is important to note, right? Many of you have been doing workouts every single day. And that's not necessarily what we do in normal everyday life. So you have to be careful with overdoing any one single movement, right? If you're running every day, a friend of mine decided to pick up his running, and he went from running 0 miles over the last 2 or 3 years to running 12 miles a week ago. This past week, he ran 25 miles, which is over a 100% increase in mileage. And the achiness in his 50-year-old ankles and Achilles didn't work. So he's off of running for a while. That's why you got that rower over there, Edwin. But still, you can't overdo anything. You can overdo Tiger King, in fact. All right, we're 17 minutes into this. We've got people on a lot of different movements. Tibbs there doing push-ups. Dr. Joe's on her push-ups. Jordan has moved from his burpees into the wall ball shots. Ah, Victor, welcome. Vittorio Adamo. Come on, Victor. 50 burpees right now.
Boy,
What's that?
I just came to see what's going on.
Yeah, 50 burpees right now. Do you see what's going on? You see Jordan over there is on his wall ball shots. Victor's in bed. That's okay. There will be a recorded version of this, Victor, that you can follow along with later in the day.
Okay, good stuff.
Oh, Victor, you got to do this, man.
I know, I miss you guys.
Yeah, we miss you too. But as I just posted on Instagram, as great of a place as the hut is, we are gathering here online in this virtual space. And it's more about the people than it is about the hut, although the hut is pretty great. How's your dog, Victor?
He's good, sleeping now, but we just went to the park
Right.
this morning.
All right, here we go, Julian. Just a tiny bit deeper. There we go. Good modification, Julian. Put that one down and go with the thrusters with a single dumbbell. Ooh, Jordan, is that a 30-pounder or is it 20-pounder? 20, okay. The black one that we have at the gym is 30, so that's an Automo. And Jordan is on the double unders. Let's see if he can get 50 unbroken double unders. Oh, now let's see if he can get 45 unbroken double unders. Let's see if you can get 40 unbroken double unders, Jordan. We're pulling Jordan up to the main screen here. Jordan's on his last movement.
Go, Jordan, go!
Is
Go, Jordan!
into the 30s, I think, and now he's got about 20 something Oh, sorry about that, Jordan. All right, we'll leave Jordan alone for a while. Here we go, Joe. You got it. This is it, Julian. Last couple reps here. Edwin's on his sit-ups. Tib and Sandra are on their sit-ups as well. Cecily is sweeping out the garage. That is oh, Jordan's got time there. 20 minutes and 15 seconds, something like that. Way to go, Jordan.
We have hanging lights and my rope kept hitting them.
Ah, that's what it is. All right, Maria's getting her burpees in. Julian's on his double tap penguin jumps. Let's check out Julian's setup there. He's got his Indo board. All right, way to go, Julian. This is it. You're at 21 minutes and 8 seconds, 21:08. You see that, Jenny? Okay, you're still gone. 21:45. We got a little different view of Jenny's deck now. All right, way to go, Jordan and Julian. Yep, the teenagers have finished. You like that, Jordan?
Yeah. Come on, Maria.
All right, Maria's on her wall ball shots. She's doing a single dumbbell thruster, and Edwin is now deep into burpees. Dr. Joe, Tib, and Sandra deep into burpees. And Victor is still watching you from the comfort of his own home.
Julian's head is spinning.
All right, thanks, Cecily. See you, Dusty. See you tonight at 4.
Thanks, Mike. That was awesome. I got to get going.
Okay, see you, Julian.
See you, everybody.
Ciao, everybody.
Bye, Victor.
Love y'all.
Take care. All right, Jenny, Tib, Sandra, Edwin, Dr. Joe. Burpees. Right? On the burpee, there's a couple things that you can think about to keep the oh, hey, Jordan. Is when you're jumping or stepping back, keeping the midline, keeping the belly tight. So instead of jumping back and getting into this horrible sort of stink bug kind of walk, it's jumping directly into a squat and going. So dropping down. Right here, rather than a forward bend into a fold. Now the human body was meant to fold, right, to flex at the spine, but over and over under load, it's a little easier on the body if the belly stays tight and the spine is locked out in a more neutral position. All right. Jordan, do you have those little tweeting birds in the background there? Nice.
Yes.
All right. Way to go, Jenny. We lose you for about 2 seconds, and then you pop up from the bottom of the screen. Where's Aria when you need her, right? Dr. Joe, I don't see the dogs. They're probably still sleeping or something. All right, Maria is on the home stretch. Time, 25:12. 25:12. Here we go, Tib. Here we go, Sandra.
Hello.
Hello, Maria. No Victoria?
No. She's asleep.
Got it.
I had to run inside in the middle of the push-ups because my phone died.
Oh,
But
really?
we're all good.
Are you watching on your phone now?
Now on the computer.
Oh, got it. Okay.
The computer was dead, then the phone then.
Got it. So the screen is still working. All right. Many people on the burpees. All right. Edwin's moved to the wall ball shots.
Go Edwin!
Here we go, Tib. Here we go, Dr. Joe. Keep it moving. The commentary is all yours for a minute, Jordan.
Come on, Tib. Here we go, Sandra. To the wall ball.
Go Nemesis, go!
Come on, Edwin. Short rest and get back on it. You're almost there. 4 p.m. today, there will be a 40-minute-ish yoga session followed by a few moments or more of social interaction.
Woo! Come on, Edwin. Go, Jenny. I don't see you.
All right, Edwin, 20 more. Mike, I gotta jump off here in 1 minute.
Okay. All right, we're moving to the end. Where are you guys at? Sandra, Tib, pick up those medicine balls.
Go, Edwin.
Edwin the penguin.
This is it, Edwin. 29 minutes and Jenny's bouncing. I think Dr. Joe's out of the screen because she's doing wall ball shots against the house.
29-12, Edwin.
29-12. Way to go, Edwin.
Good job, everyone. I'll see you at 4.
Bye, Jordan.
Almost there, Jenny. $29.47, Jenny.
There we go, Tib and Sandra. All right, Tib and Sandra.
30
The
minutes.
Penguins.
Come on, Dr. Joe.
Are you going to jump now, Joe? Are you done? Oh, she's doing wall ball shots over there out of the screen. So Edwin, are you getting work done this week? Over the past week?
I've been trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little more difficult to
31-02, Sandra and Tib.
3102. Way to go. It's more difficult. Hey, Edwin, I mean, do you need to be in the lab?
sometimes.
Got it.
Yeah, not all the time though. I've only gone once in the past 2 weeks.
Got it.
So yeah.
Well, I think Tib was saying that he used a 30-pound medicine ball, right?
Yeah.
30, right. Yep, 30-pound medicine ball.
3 pounds.
3 pounds?
Oh,
Come on, Dr. Joe.
There she goes.
50 all the way through, Dr. Joe.
From Antarctica to Malibu. We have the bouncing doctor. There we go.
Sorry.
With a huge clump of banana trees behind her.
Beautiful.
Done.
32:31. I saw the time.
Very good. All right, guys. You know, so this was a long one.
I didn't know what we were getting into.
Yeah, no one did. That's why I did the question mark. I thought that was kind of clever. I don't know. I hope. Maybe I do hope I tricked you guys. Okay, for the purpose of anyone that's watching the recorded version of this, we'll sign out. But notice that the time domain today was anywhere from 20-something minutes to the low 30s. So it's intended to be a long workout.